Okay, so yesterday was a very, sorry for the reflection, it's awful. Yesterday was a very carb heavy day because, like I said, I had the pizza for lunch and dinner, and then the drink. Now, I did look up these things somewhat on Pinterest. They had the pizza. The pizza was like 1,250 calories by itself. So, there's that. And the drinks, I looked up something that I thought might be like it because they didn't actually have it, and I couldn't find the nutrition facts for it. And it was like 725 calories, so can you imagine? And I mean, it had like a jello shot in it, so the sugar was probably insane. So today, I'm gonna try to get back on track. It did say I had a small amount of ketones in my system still. Because there's negative, trace, small, moderate, and then there's two large. So anyways, it was small. I had half of a Asian pear here. They're gigantic. I'm gonna have a cup of tea, or no, not a cup of tea, a cup of coffee with 3 tablespoons of the sugar-free French vanilla International Delight for 1, and a little bit of not coconut milk, cashew milk, and the coffee will be 1. And other than that, I'm still kind of full. So I will either wait until lunch to have lunch instead of actually having breakfast. Sorry. Or I'll have an egg and mushrooms and peppers like I have been. I think lunch is going to be a tuna fish pouch and some mayo and maybe, well, I don't know, that's a lot of salt. I don't know, because I know I had a lot of salt yesterday and the day before, because the day before was the homemade chicken noodle soup, and yesterday was the pizza, which I'm sure had plenty of salt in it. So maybe I won't have the tuna fish because I really like to have it with the pickle chips. And that's probably not the best before weigh-in, because tomorrow is weigh-in. I know I'm up from where I was, but I did expect to gain a couple pounds back anyways. Just because when you, well, at least what I've read is you do low carb, and then when you come off of it, you gain a couple pounds. So I'm not too worried about it, and honestly, I think I'm pretty swollen over yesterday's anniversary dinner. I don't think we're going to do anything too special today. It's actually our anniversary today, but since he was off anyways, we just decided, since all the kids were in school, to go out and have lunch. So I think tonight there's family involvement night at the school, so we're going to do that, and the kids are going to have hot dogs, chips, and water. I think that's what they have there. And trick-or-treating, and I plan on making which again probably is not good sodium-wise, a version of split pea soup in the crock pot, because basically it's just some kind of broth, celery, carrots, garlic, and a little bit of onion. At least the one I'm going to do. I know a lot of them have ham, but I'm not adding the ham. At the end, I might cook up a couple pieces of bacon or something and like just have it to sprinkle on top of it. We'll see how it tastes. So that's the plan for today. I might screenshot like my coffee or something, because I mean, how many times can you see a coffee and be interested? I mean, I don't know if you're still interested in seeing my coffee, I guess, but I'm gonna have the peppermint bark one, and since it's so cold out, and I do use not a half a cup, but I use a fair amount of cashew milk. I've been actually putting the cashew milk in first and then microwaving it for like a minute, so it's at least warm, because otherwise I just end up with lukewarm coffee, and right now it's chilly outside and I like warm coffee. It's fine during the summer, but that's what I've been doing. So anyways, I will probably screenshot what I'm making with my coffee, like what I use, the International Delight, the cashew milk, and the K-Cup, because I know when I first started Weight Watchers, I did like actually seeing what people were using, because it made it easier to find in a store. So anyways, I'm going to do that. And I used to really use Coffee Mate, but I switched to International Delight because they started making sugar-free, like the pumpkin spice. Last year they didn't have that, and it was lower carbs, and the points are the same for each. I think International Delight is like 5 calories more or something like that, but it is 1 carb less. So instead of having 2 carbs per tablespoon, it's 1 carb, which is the reason I switched to that one. If that makes any sense? I don't know. So, I'm gonna go make some coffee. Okay, so I decided that I was going to try to make the magic cake for my husband's and my anniversary. I got a phone call just a little while ago that my oldest was on a rampage and I might have to go pick him up, so I'm a little bit nervous about actually starting this cake because it takes an hour to cook. So, sorry for the noise. I'm gonna try it, and if it works or whatever, I will show you guys the inside of the cake. It's like one batter, but it makes 3 layers. I don't know, it always kind of intrigued me. So I'm gonna do that, and yes, I'm wearing an apron because I didn't want to change, and I'm wearing a black shirt because I wanted to be ready if I had to go get him. It's so cute though. It's got owls. Oh, and it's got my KitchenAid on it too. But it's got little owls. And they're baking. My mom made it for me. Anyways, so cute. So I'm gonna try to make this magic cake. I'm gonna stir my split pea soup, which smells really good, and yeah, I'll let you know if it turns out. Yes, I am back here again. This is where I fold my laundry and all that kind of junk and sort my son's medications. But anyways, so it's like 10 o'clock and I am going to have this. It's actually really good. I saw it on somebody else's channel, and really good. So I have like 50 minutes. Hopefully I will not get a phone call to go pick up my son until this cake is done. It said 45 to an hour to an hour and 10, so we will see where it is in 50 minutes. Kind of exciting. I hope it turns out. That'll be exciting, which I just said. I have a problem with the word exciting today. So yes, I'm gonna drink this, and again, I'm still debating on what to have for lunch. I had coffee this morning. I had more water, just regular water, and that half of an Asian pear. I might eat the other half of the Asian pear now. And again, I don't know. I guess a couple of pickled chips won't kill me sodium-wise. I don't know. That's really what I wanted to kind of have for lunch. So I might just end up cutting up a couple of pickle chips and throwing them in instead of having it on top of the pickle chips like I normally do. We'll see. So I will show you lunch when it's that time, and I'll show you the cake probably before that. Alright, bye. Okay, so why the light is on, I don't know, but this is going to be lunch. So I have just salad greens. This is 1 point, it says, for, I think it's more like 2 though, because it's a piece of cheese and a piece of hard salami wrapped around it. I'm gonna have 2 tablespoons of this, which is my favorite. And then after I do that and mix that up, then I'm gonna put this on top, which is just like a tuna salad. So all together, this is like 3 points or 4 points, depending on what I decide to count this as. So 1 point for the dressing, 1 point for this because the mayo is light. The tuna pouch was actually 0. and then everything else in there is 0, and then, like I said, that's either 1 or 2. So either 3 or 4 points for lunch. Talk to you guys later. Okay, so I ended up counting 4 points for the bites of magic cake because I had more than a couple bites. Well, I had 2 bites of the cake because it was calling my name. And then my split pea soup, I just did split peas boiled without salt, and it came up as 6 for 1 cup. And the thing is, I know it's not going to be strictly a cup of peas when I dish out my my soup, because I had split peas, carrot, celery, onion, garlic, some ginger, and then of course I have some broth. So I'm just gonna count it as 6 because, like I said, I know that it's not all going to be peas, and so that will account for the broth, because the broth would be like 1 maybe, if that, and the veg would be 0. So that is my plan for that. I don't plan on having any more cake because I'm sure the hordes of children and my husband will devour it, and I've had 2 bites and I really don't need any more. We have family involvement night tonight, and they're gonna let the kids go trick-or-treating, like from classroom to classroom or something. So they will be having sausage or hot dog and chips and water. So I think that's our evening for tonight. It is, you can't tell it's raining. See, look, yucky rain. And I can't find my umbrella anywhere because that one over there likes to steal my umbrellas. And Grandma's umbrella. Oh, that's right, we had Grandma's umbrella in here for a long time. What happened to it? Oh, and then I suppose that other child that's standing outside over there would like in my car. Should I let him in? So there's literally no way to make split pea soup look good, but this is it, and it is 6 points. Alright, bye. And I'm probably gonna end the vlog here because I don't think I have anything else to report.